A 3,000-year-old perfectly preserved sword recently dug up in Germany. It's amazing to think that there's just so many treasures and artifacts buried all around us, and things will keep being found long after we're gone, and some will simply remain hidden forever. Rest in peace, whoever that was. That's an amazing-looking sword. I've played a couple of games on my day, and that looks like an elvish sword. Ha, just saying. Hither came Conan, the Cimmerian, black-haired, sullen-eyed, sword in hand, a thief, a reaver, a slayer, with gigantic melancholies and gigantic mirth, to tread the jeweled thrones of the earth under his sandaled feet. 3,000 years ago in Germany. Must be Celtic, if it's from the south, and Germanic, if from the north. Took a bit longer for the Germanic tribes to take the south as well. Shout out to the blacksmith who forged the thing. It looks to be in great condition after all that time underground. Design is cool, too. I wouldn't have believed that detail on the sword, or even how well the arrowheads are made, was possible 3,000 years ago. But apparently it's in a press release, hopefully not a fake press release. When we found and opened that weird black sarcophagus in 2018, COVID hit like immediately. Let's leave the ancient eldritch horror sword alone, please. I have bills to pay. Man, even with all the horrors that were a part of the ancient world, you can't deny how badass it would be to walk around with a cool sword. I want a cool FN sword. When Jesus walked the earth, this sword probably looked pretty much the same. That's insane. If people had found it then, they would have said, Jesus Christ, this sword still looks amazing. Newspaper archaeologists have made a rare find in Nördlingen, Bavaria during excavations. Experts discovered a bronze sword more than 3,000 years old, as the State Office for the Preservation of Monuments announced on Wednesday. This is so well preserved that it almost still shines. It is an octagonal sword with an octagonal hilt made entirely of bronze. According to a preliminary classification, it came from the late 14th century BC, and thus from the Middle Bronze Age, it was said. I'm always so impressed of the craftsmanship of things from ancient times. Things really aren't made like they used to. Just because it's 3,000 years old shouldn't surprise anyone about the detail. People were creative back then just as much as they are now. 3,000 is really old, pre-Roman. It looks really intricate for how old it is. The dominant Germanic culture from the 12th to 8th century BCE was the Hallstatt. I had no idea the people in Europe were making things this dope before the Romans. I say you're looking at whimsical Earth Elven sword. 15 strength, 5 defense, 50 magic, 10 virtue, 5 lucky. Why is everyone on Reddit a comedian nowadays? The absolute crap, idiotic, mindless comments to scroll through before maybe during some, with something relevant and interesting to say, is mind-boggling. Was it always like this? I'm in Rothenburg ob der Tauber, close to this site, and just today I was in a museum here that had hundreds of such things. This area is covered in works like this. All a construction worker has to do is sneeze and find something a little bit of an exaggeration.